From college scam to sweet romance, how I defrauded the school Belle and won her heart. Please subscribe for more updates. Episode 21. Balenciaga. Aren't you going to help me clean it? Let's start from the negative floor first. Lu Jiuzhang said. Okay, Mr. Lu. Xiao Lu nodded. She regretted a little. If she had known she could place an order today, she would have been better off wearing black stockings. Balenciaga is a man-killing tool. The women's suit and trousers she is wearing now reveal nothing and are not attractive at all. You clean up slowly, and I'll go out for a while. Lu Jiuzhang said, when you finish cleaning, just leave. Ha! Xiao Lu didn't react for a while. Such a good opportunity to be alone together. Mr. Lu actually left? Mr. Lu, aren't you staying here? Xiao Lu asked. I'm going back to Goody University to take care of some things. Lu Jiuzhang said, don't we need to buy furniture? Although the room is well decorated, it is still empty inside. After buying the furniture, I estimate that I can move in tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I will graduate from college soon, and now I have a house and a place to live. After the second phase of rewards is released, Lu Jiuzhang will buy another car, which will make it convenient to go to the photography store. You clean up well, and then I'll treat you to a meal. Lu Jiuzhang said. After that, Lu Jiuzhang left. In the villa, only Xiao Lu was left. Want to treat me to dinner? I'm not satisfied. Xiao Lu murmured to himself, I can eat people, especially men. For Lu Jiuzhang, she was bound to win. Being able to easily buy a villa worth tens of millions means that Mr. Lu's net worth is at least over 1 billion. If you can get on with it, and you will have nothing to worry about for the rest of your life, why would you be a salesgirl? He suddenly became a rich man. It would be great if she could become Mr. Lu's wife, but if she couldn't, that would be okay. After being together for a while and trying to make millions from him, that would be good too. After leaving the community, Lu Jiuzhang prepared to take a taxi and go to Goody University. But this place was too remote. Lu Jiuzhang waited for a long time, but no online car hailing service passed by. Buying a car must be done as early as possible, otherwise it will be too troublesome. DD. Suddenly, a car horn sounded next to Lu Jiuzhang. It was a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, priced at about 6 to 7 million. The car window slowly lowered, and Mr. Su's head came out. Ahem, Boss Lu, do you want to go to the city? Can I give you a ride? Mr. Su was also surprised that someone who could buy a villa worth tens of millions in one go actually took a ride-hailing service at the door. This is too strange. Thank you, Mr. Su. Lu Jiuzhang took 3 steps at a time and got into Mr. Su's car. Naturally, a big boss like Mr. Su doesn't have to drive himself. There is a driver sitting in the driver's seat. Lu Jiuzhang and Mr. Su sat in the back row. Ahem, why don't Mr. Lu drive? It's difficult to take a taxi here. Mr. Su said. I don't have a driver's license yet. Lu Jiuzhang said awkwardly. To be precise, Lu Jiuzhang had a driver's license, but that was the driver's license he had before traveling through this world. The previous owner of this body did not have a driver's license. So Lu Jiuzhang definitely knows how to drive, but he just doesn't have a license. No driver's license? Strange. Mr. Su was a little confused. Such a rich person doesn't even have a driver's license. Mr. Su, please send me to Goody University, Lu Jiuzhang said. Mr. Lu is still a college student? Or is Mr. Lu's girlfriend a college student? Mr. Su glanced at Lu Jiuzhang. Still young people can play. How tender are female college students? I am a fresh graduate from Goody University. Lu Jiuzhang said. Hiss. Mr. Lu is so young? Mr. Su was surprised. He had just graduated from college, and he liked to buy a luxury car, which really made others envious. When he graduated from college, he was a pitiful person. I was deceived at every turn at work, asking for money but no money, asking for a girlfriend but no girlfriend, it was so miserable. Well enough. Lu Jiuzhang said modestly. If Mr. Lu has any resources in school, you might as well introduce them to me. Mr. Su said with a smile, especially the female students who are more beautiful, motivated and want to make money. We don't have anything else but money. I don't know. Lu Jiuzhang shook his head. As soon as these words were spoken, Lu Jiuzhang suddenly thought of someone. If anyone knows me, there is one, ex-girlfriend Chu Han. This woman is obsessed with money. Although the two have broken up, Lu Jiuzhang cannot yet introduce his ex-girlfriend to others. Why? Mr. Su sighed. Actually, that Xiao Lu is pretty good, but Mr. Lu has already taken his fancy. Of course, Lu Jiuzhang understood what Mr. Su meant. Mr. Su misunderstood. I'm not interested in her. Not interested? Boss Lu, are you serious about this? Mr. Su said excitedly. I have people I like, and I'm not interested in anyone older than me. Lu Jiuzhang said bluntly. Mr. Su fell in love with everyone he saw and wanted to get hold of anyone who looked beautiful. But Lu Jiuzhang is not such a person. Boss Lu is very generous. I like to communicate with people like you. Mr. Su said excitedly. In this way, I still have a chance to win over Xiao Lu from the sales department. Well, I have something to do these 2 days. I'll invite Boss Lu to have a meal in the next 2 days and let's chat together. By the way, I'll call that Xiao Lu. Mr. Su smiled. He is a drunkard whose intention is not the wine, but the girl. Lu Jiuzhang was non-committal. This place is not far from Goody University, 3 or 4 kilometers away. Soon, Lu Jiuzhang arrived at the gate of Goody University. The two said goodbye, and Lu Jiuzhang returned to Goody University. He left the dormitory early in the morning and didn't come back until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. In the dormitory, Zhao Chuan and Li Tao were bored and stayed by the window to look at the girl with binoculars. Knowing that Lu Jiuzhang and Lin University's campus beauty were close, the two of them did not let Lu Jiuzhang go over to look at the big white legs together. Lao Lu, my money is already in place. Zhao Chuan said, I had a chat with my mother, and my mother has already transferred the money to my card. Li Tao also has money with him. When do you think construction will start? The two of them scraped together a total of 30,000 yuan. I have already chosen the location of the photography shop. I went to rent the house this morning. Lu Jiuzhang said, it is on the commercial street 2 or 3 kilometers away from our school. Commercial street? The rent is not cheap. Zhao Chuan said, do we have enough money? Don't worry, I have rented the house, and the money is your investment. Lu Jiuzhang said. Already rented? Signed a half-year contract? Li Tao also asked. For 1 year, the landlord is so nice that he exempted me from a rent of more than 100,000 yuan, which is almost 350,000 yuan a year. Lu Jiuzhang said. Damn, it's so expensive. Zhao Chuan looked at the little money he had, and realized that 10,000 yuan was enough to pay 10 days' rent. Episode 22. Human Ideal. Old Lu, be careful. Zhao Chuan advised. Don't worry, I have already paid the rent. This little money is nothing to me. Lu Jiuzhang said. The system previously asked for financing of 100,000 yuan. Lu Jiuzhang roughly calculated that it would cost about 1 million to open a photography store. In other words, Lu Jiuzhang holds almost 90% of the shares, and by Xiaorong, Zhao Chuan, and Li Tao hold about 10% of the shares. However, Lu Jiuzhang does not lack this share. As long as you can successfully raise funds and get rewards from the system, you can make more money than opening 100 photography shops. Bai Xiaorong has some skills, let's count it as a technical investment. She invested 70,000 yuan, which theoretically only holds 7% of the shares. Give her a little more to get 10%. Let's give the two roommates together 5% of the shares. It's not much money anyway. Lao Lu, have you made it? Zhao Chuan said in surprise. The rent of more than 300,000 yuan was paid immediately. It's not like I paid it off. I bought a lottery ticket and won a jackpot worth tens of millions. Lu Jiuzhang casually made up a lie. Bah, can you tell the truth? Zhao Chuan didn't believe it. Want to hear the truth? I can make one up for you on the spot. Lu Jiuzhang said with a smile. Forget it, since you didn't tell me, I didn't bother to ask. Zhao Chuan did not continue to pursue it, but said, can you reserve a quieter place for me in the photography store? If you are busy, I can help you. I'll take care of things in the store. If I'm not busy, I'll read a book. That's no problem. The store is very large. It shouldn't be difficult to carve out a room for you. Lu Jiuzhang agreed. As I said before, we are all roommates, so it doesn't matter if we have separate rooms. After all, the store is quite large. Then I need to be equipped with a better computer. I will do online operations, promote our store, and I will definitely edit some videos. Li Tao said. That's no problem. I'll equip you with a desktop computer worth about 10,000 yuan and a better grade laptop. These requirements are not a problem for Lu Jiuzhang. A desktop computer priced at 10,000 renminbi is not bad at all. It's no problem playing those large online games, let alone editing videos. Next, it mainly depends on Bai Xiaorong. If her money arrives, the task will be completed. The three of them have reached an agreement, and Li Tao and Zhao Chuan are ready to fight with Lu Jiuzhang. How can we not make trouble while we are still young? At dinner time, Lu Jiuzhang planned to wait for Lin Wander downstairs in the girls' dormitory. But she said that Lu Jiuzhang didn't need to wait specially, they could just meet at the door of the restaurant. The college beauty is so considerate. Lu Jiuzhang went straight to the door of the restaurant and waited for about 2 or 3 minutes before Lin Wainer arrived. When I left the dormitory, I forgot to take my meal card, which delayed me a bit. Lin Wainer apologized. Hearing this, Lu Jiuzhang was shocked. This is so thoughtful. Such a girl is the ideal in the world. Being 2 or 3 minutes late is no big deal, right? Downstairs in the girls' dormitory, many boys waited for more than half an hour before their girlfriends arrived belatedly. Lu Jiuzhang looked indifferent. It's a small matter, come on, come in, whatever you want to eat today, I'll treat you. Let's have something to eat. Do you have time in the evening? Lin Wainer asked, I want to go to the supermarket and buy some daily necessities. I will graduate in the next 2 days. I thought I would be able to use toothpaste for graduation, but I didn't expect it. A few days away. Then let's get together tonight. I just plan to go out and buy some furniture. Lu Jiuzhang said. Buying furniture? Lin Wainer was stunned. Why are you buying this? I bought a new apartment and plan to buy a set of furniture. Lu Jiuzhang said, it is empty, there is nothing. Okay, I'll accompany you. Lin Wainer nodded, I can also help you with your advice. The two walked into the restaurant as they talked. After eating something casually, the two of them went straight outside the school, took a taxi to a nearby subway station, and then took the subway to a furniture city in the northern suburbs. Beijiao Furniture City is considered the largest furniture market in the northwest region, and all famous domestic and foreign furniture stores have stores here. There is a dazzling array of various furniture products inside, and there is an endless stream of people coming and going. By the time Lu Jiuzhang and Lin Wainer arrived at the door of the furniture market, it was already an hour later. The furniture in this store is pretty good. My parents ordered furniture from this store before. In the furniture market, Lin Wainer pointed to a store and recommended it. Then come to this place. Lu Jiuzhang walked into a store. There were many guests inside, mostly couples looking at the furniture together. I feel good about this sofa set. It can be placed in the living room. Lin Wainer walked to a sofa and sat down to try it out. She found it quite comfortable. Then buy it. Lu Jiuzhang didn't even look at the price and nodded in agreement. It was recommended by Lin University's campus beauty. No matter how unsightly it was, Lu Jiuzhang felt that he had to buy it. After all, the campus beauty of Lin University has spoken. Moreover, during this time together, Lu Jiuzhang's affection for Lin Wainer also doubled day by day. Clerk? Clerk? Lu Jiuzhang shouted. Hello, sir. After Lu Jiuzhang finished speaking, a shopping guide came over and took a look at the price of the sofa. It was mid to low end. The shopping guide immediately understood that the two people in front of him would not be able to buy much furniture in this trip. When a customer buys something, the shopping guide gets a commission. Generally, it is about 0.5% to 1% of the total price. If you sell something worth 10,000 yuan, you will get a commission of 50 yuan. It was sold for 100,000 yuan, only 500 yuan. This sofa set costs 8,000 yuan, and the commission is only 40 yuan. It is better to entertain other guests. Sir, miss, you can look at the other furniture, and I'll get an order. After that, the shopping guide left Lu Jiuzhang and Lin Wainer behind and walked to another part of the store to entertain other customers. Lu Jiuzhang and Lin Wainer continued to look at the furniture. This set of coffee tables is also good. They match well together. There is also this solid wood table. I think you can put a tea set on it. Sometimes you can make tea when guests come. And this one, the beanbag, I really like this kind of sofa. Lin Wainer felt so happy while shopping. After half an hour, she selected almost a dozen pieces of furniture. Lu Jiuzhang did the math and found that the price should be around 50,000. Even if it's not 50,000, it's still 47,800. Where's the shopping guide? Only then did Lin Wainer react. We've been walking around for a long time and have looked at everything. Why is the shopping guide missing? Lu Jiuzhang also looked around and found that the shopping guide was taking care of other customers, talking and laughing, and seemed very happy. Let's change it to another one. There is more than one shopping guide in the store. Lu Jiuzhang said. Since he doesn't want to come over and be a shopping guide for him, there's no need to force him. Episode 23. Shameless. Su Rong is an intern shopping guide in a furniture store. She is a student at a nearby school, so she works part-time to earn some living expenses. Because she has little experience in society, she can't open her mouth and doesn't know how to communicate with customers, so she seems a little dull. Su Rong has been standing next to the front desk, watching the people coming and going, while learning how the senior shopping guides speak, and at the same time thinking about how to deal with it. Shop clerk. Suddenly, a sweet voice sounded. A very beautiful woman came over and said, "We want to buy furniture. Come and take a look." Are you calling yourself? Su Rong quickly cheered up and walked to the extremely beautiful woman. "Miss, what do you want to buy?" "I want this, that, and that." The extremely beautiful woman pointed at some pieces of furniture and said. As soon as the extremely beautiful woman finished speaking, a handsome man came over and stood beside the woman, and the two stood side by side. For a moment, Su Rong was in a daze. These two feel like a match made in heaven. Su Rong took out a small notebook and carefully wrote it down in it. The model and name of the furniture must be recorded so that you can go to the front desk to check out later. After the statistics, Su Rong took a look and found that the total price was 47,888 yuan. She can get a commission of about 240 yuan. This is already a lot of money. "Sir, I will take you to the front desk to check out now," Su Rong said. "Not in a hurry." Lu Jiuzhang waved his hand. "We still want to buy some." "Still want to buy?" Lin Wanner glanced at Lu Jiuzhang. Logically speaking, an ordinary house would only need this much furniture. Too much furniture will take up space. "Give me a set of this sofa." Lu Jiuzhang pointed to the sofa in front of him and said. "Okay, sir." Su Rong nodded. "This set of sofas is not bad, give me one too." Lu Jiuzhang said. "Sir, can I ask how big your house is?" "You have already ordered 2 sets of sofas. 3 sets will take up too much space." Su Rong said. She thinks from the customer's perspective. Most people's houses are about 100 square meters. Just 1 set of sofas is enough, but the other party wants 3 sets of sofas, which is too much. This question is also what Lin Wanner wants to ask. 3 sets of sofas, what are you going to do? She heard that Lu Jiuzhang wanted to open a photography shop. Could it be that he planned to put 2 sets of sofas in the photography shop? After all, the photography shop wants customers, and it's easy to talk about things if there is a sofa. Pretty big. Lu Jiuzhang replied. There is a large living room on the ground floor of the villa, which needs a sofa. And it's the kind of sofa that takes up a lot of space. Lu Jiuzhang plans to build the underground floor into a place for wine storage, entertainment and leisure, and he will definitely need a sofa. The large terrace on the second floor can also be equipped with a set of solid wood sofa-style seats for people to sit on. There is also this set, I want it all. Lu Jiuzhang looked at the bed again. 3 beds have been chosen for Lu Jiuzhang just now, and now a few more beds have been chosen. When Lin Wanner was about to persuade Lu Jiuzhang to be careful when buying, Lu Jiuzhang smiled and said, "Don't worry, I definitely have a reason to buy it." Hearing this, Lin Wanner stopped talking. She believed that Lu Jiuzhang would not act without aim. The next furniture was all picked by Lu Jiuzhang. They wanted almost everything, making Lin Wanner feel like the entire furniture store was about to be emptied. This furniture store is very large, covering an area of about 200 square meters. Several people moved from east to west, and Lu Jiuzhang would buy almost all good things. This move also attracted the attention of other shopping guides. Buying so many things at once, even if you buy all middle and low-end furniture, will cost you a lot of money. That's pretty much it. How much does it cost? Lu Jiuzhang looked at Su Rong and asked. "Sir, please wait a moment while I do the math." Su Rong picked up her cell phone, opened her calculator, and quickly calculated. After about a minute or two, Su Rong reported a number. "Sir, the total is 387,600. When Lu Jiuzhang chose furniture later, he didn't care whether it was mid-range or high-end. I liked it and immediately bought it. The most expensive item is a sofa set, which costs almost 54,000 yuan. There are also several mahogany bed frames, each costing more than 30,000 yuan. So many? Lin Wanner was also surprised. The shopping guides around me were even more surprised. They bought more than 380,000 pieces of furniture at once, and the commission alone was as little as 2,000 yuan. Now go check out. Lu Jiuzhang said. Good. Su Rong was still in shock. She nodded dully and took Lu Jiuzhang to the counter to check out. Sir, it's me. As soon as the two of them reached the counter, a shopping guide intervened and squeezed Su Rong behind them. Who else could this shopping guide be if he wasn't the one who first entertained Lu Jiuzhang? Hello, sir, Xiao Su is an intern in our store. She didn't take good care of her. I hope for your understanding. Next, I will serve you, sir. The shopping guide said with a sad smile. She was not there when I was buying furniture, but came when I was paying the bill. She planned to take all the credit from Su Rong. That's a commission of nearly 2,000 yuan. The salary of a shopping guide is not high to begin with. The basic salary is only 2,500 yuan a month, and they all make money through commission. 2,000 yuan is a lot. This little girl Su Rong is just an intern, why should she get so much commission? Sister, this customer is brought by me. Su Rong was anxious and said hurriedly. What you brought, I brought. It was originally a conversation between me and this gentleman, but something happened and delayed it. The female shopping guide glared at Su Rong. You are an intern, just follow us and learn, don't try to take the lead at any time. The shopping guide profession is very difficult. You should learn slowly first. After saying this, the female shopping guide looked at Lu Jiuzhang again. Sir, if there is no problem, I will sign the order. Did I give you face? Lu Jiuzhang's face was already gloomy. Sir, it was all a misunderstanding. When I went to get the order, I was entangled by other customers. I didn't pay attention and this happened. I will definitely correct it in the future. This time we signed the order. Are you big boss? You must be very busy, let's not waste time on such trivial matters. After the female shopping guide finished speaking, Su Rong beside her almost cried. That's 2,000 yuan. She is a part-time college student and an intern shopping guide, and her salary is not much. If I have this order, I won't have to ask my family for living expenses for at least 2 months. The female shopping guide didn't take Su Rong's emotions seriously at all and signed her name on the list. Sir, do you think you need to pay by credit card? The female shopping guide asked with a smile. When things got to this point, Lin Wanner couldn't stand it anymore. We only recognize Miss Su, we don't recognize the signatures signed by others. Lin Wanner always likes to confront such shameless women. Episode 24. Shameless. Lin Wanner has never seen such a shameless person. Shamelessly and confidently. Isn't that necessary? The female shopping guide's face turned cold. She is a newcomer and does not have all kinds of permissions. I am an old employee and can give you some discounts. If the conversation is happy, I will even give you employees' internal price, about 10% off, plus free delivery to your door. For 380,000 yuan of furniture, if you give it a 10% discount, you will at least pay 38,000 less. Plus the furniture will be delivered to your door for free. 40,000 yuan is not too much, right? If I sign the bill for you, I can save you 40,000 yuan, but if she does it? There won't be a single cent of discount. The female shopping guide looked at Su Rong sarcastically, her eyes seeming to say, you are just a trainee shopping guide, what can you do to compete with me? Hearing this, Su Rong was also a little disheartened. Yes, that's 40,000 yuan. How could she, an intern shopping guide, get such great authority? Moreover, her annual basic salary adds up to less than 30,000 yuan. 40,000 yuan is already very tempting to many people. Do you think I'm short of the 40,000 yuan? Lu Jiuzhang smiled. He has a deposit of 1.1 billion. Even after deducting the 68 million he spent to buy a villa, there is still more than 1 billion left. In front of so much money, 40,000 yuan is really not enough. If it were 4 million to 40 million, Lu Jiuzhang might still consider it. Sir, no matter how short of money you are, this 40,000 yuan is not a small amount for an ordinary family, right? The female shopping guide sneered. I'm sorry, I don't come from an ordinary family. 40,000 yuan, I really don't need it. Lu Jiuzhang looked at Su Rong, you signed the bill. I don't recognize the signatures of others. In addition, my family still needs to customize many things, which are your responsibility. For custom-made furniture, we don't seek the best, but the most expensive. Money is not an issue. 68 million have been spent, and it would be nothing to spend millions more on decoration. No matter how expensive it is, it's impossible, and furniture stores can't get such top-notch materials. It's impossible to pave the floor with diamonds, right? Their furniture stores can't get that many diamonds. There must be an upper limit on the price of materials. In the ancient capital, tens of millions of dollars for decoration is not bad. As for the many pieces of furniture bought in the store, most of them were selected by the beauty of Lin University. No matter how cheap it is, Lu Jiuzhang still likes it. Love the house and the woman. Thank you, Mr. Lu. Su Rong said excitedly. The female shopping guide looked ferocious and was very angry. Even though we gave such a huge discount, the other party was still not satisfied. Ahem. A cough sounded. When things came to an end, the manager of the furniture store walked out. This manager is also a person who adapts to the situation and hides away from others when trouble comes. Apologize to Mr. Lu. The manager looked at the female shopping guide and said, I bought more than 400,000 yuan worth of furniture and still need to customize it, which shows that the area of the other party's home must not be small. This is a big customer. Never offend. Obviously, the female shopping guide has made Mr. Lu unhappy. Manager, The female shopping guide wanted to defend. Apologize. The manager demanded sternly. Sorry. The female shopping guide lowered her head and said to Lu Jiuzhang, Why are you apologizing to me? You didn't steal my order, apologize to that little girl. Lu Jiuzhang corrected. Sorry. The female shopping guide lowered her head and said to Su Rong. The female shopping guide almost burst into tears. After working as a shopping guide for so many years, when had she ever suffered this kind of injustice? After saying these words, the female shopping guide ran away aggrieved. Until now, she still doesn't think she did anything wrong. Little fairy. She always feels that she is the center of the world and everyone else revolves around her. Only the manager and Su Rong were left here. As for the custom-made furniture, you will send someone to my house tomorrow to measure it, and then come up with a design for me to take a look at. Lu Jiuzhang said, If there are no problems, I will choose your house to customize it. Okay, sir. The manager was overjoyed. Another business, the turnover keeps rising. Pay for the furniture now. I'll write down the address for you and send someone to deliver the furniture tomorrow. When Lu Jiuzhang paid, he wrote an address on the back of the slip. Afterwards, Lu Jiuzhang and Lin Wanner prepared to leave. Xiao Su, why don't you send the guests off? The manager hurriedly arranged. Mr. Lu, I'll see you off. Su Rong followed Lu Jiuzhang. She was quite grateful for what Lu Jiuzhang had just done, but she didn't know how to express it. As they approached the gate of the furniture mall, Lu Jiuzhang looked at Su Rong and said, Your future is far greater than hers. The woman Lu Jiuzhang mentioned was the female shopping guide from before. She only has a high school education, so her future limit is just like this. But Su Rong is different. After graduating from college, she can take the postgraduate entrance examination and study for a PhD. Su Rong's upper limit is very high. Don't feel depressed, they are just scenery on the road of your life. Just move forward, there is no need to look back. Lu Jiuzhang smiled. Thank you, Mr. Lu, for enlightening me. Su Rong was grateful again. He is rich, a gentleman, and knows how to comfort people. Such a nice person. Later, Lu Jiuzhang and Lin Daxiu walked out of the furniture store. On the way, the campus beauty of Lin University joked, You can't tell, our Mr. Lu has become a philosopher and can enlighten people. No, I just think she is still young and should not feel the cruelty of society in advance. Lu Jiuzhang said, A college student works part-time to earn living expenses. Children like this are quite good. Being bullied always makes me feel a little worried. Old-fashioned, you haven't just graduated from college? No, you haven't graduated yet. Lin Weiner said. It's coming, there are only a few days left. The school affairs are almost finished. Only the graduation ceremony remains. Some students have already left school early. Most people are still enjoying the last few moments of their college years. When I have time, I also want to go to your house. I bought so much furniture, can it fit it? Lin Wanner said about business, also, remember to accompany me to the supermarket later to buy some things for life. Supplies. No problem. Lu Jiuzhang nodded, the furniture store will deliver the furniture tomorrow, and we will go there together. You have chosen a lot of furniture, and you can see where it fits. Tisk, TSK, I don't dare to say nonsense, I'm not the hostess of the room. Lin Wanner smiled and shook her head. Is there any difference? Wouldn't it be enough to count you as half a mistress? Why half? Half is just half, why are there so many? The two chatted noisily and returned to the school gate, then went to the nearest supermarket and bought some daily necessities. It was getting late, so Lu Jiuzhang sent Lin Wanner back to the dormitory before going back. Episode 26. Being bullied. Sorry, I'm a little late. Lu Jiuzhang apologized. 3 unloaders and a driver, a total of 4 people. There was a car behind, and Su Rong was sitting in it. She came to measure the dimensions of Lu Jiuzhang's villa. Boss, you're welcome. It doesn't matter if we wait a little longer. The masters didn't pay attention. With such a big villa, you can look like a big boss at first glance, so it doesn't matter if you wait for a while. Let's do this, Xiao Su. I'll add you on WeChat and transfer some money to you. You'll go out in a while and buy a pack of cigarettes for each of the masters. Lu Jiuzhang said to Su Rong behind him. Lu Jiuzhang felt bad for having delayed others for so long. Okay, Mr. Lu. Su Rong nodded. This is the first time Su Rong has seen such a large villa. When Lu Jiuzhang came to order furniture yesterday, Su Rong thought it would be a large flat floor at most, but she didn't expect it to be a single-family villa. A single-family villa in the ancient capital is not cheap. She might not be able to afford it after working for 10 years. Mr. Lu, I have no idea what to do with such a big villa. Su Rong smiled bitterly. It's okay, don't worry, just take your time and measure it. Lu Jiuzhang said, let me talk about my requirements first. The wardrobe must be customized, Chinese style, and it must conform to the size of the house when customizing. The second is custom-made bookcases and wine cabinets. The kitchen also needs you to redo it and divide it into 2 areas, one for Chinese food and one for Western food. There are no requirements for the other things. Just go ahead and do it. First, measure the dimensions and then make the design. After I check it and it's okay, let's get started. This is really not much to ask for. Compared with those difficult customers, it is already very simple. However, it was Su Rong's first time doing this kind of project, so she still didn't understand it. Take the measurements first, then report the dimensions back and see how the company handles it. Lu Jiuzhang opened the door of the villa and found that it had been cleaned up. Xiao Lu from the sales department probably had a lot of trouble yesterday. The master workers moved the furniture into the room and placed it. Ding. Lu Jiuzhang received a message from the campus beauty of Ling University, asking Lu Jiuzhang if he was up. I got up early and I'm already at the house. Lu Jiuzhang replied, early this morning, the master workers delivered the furniture. We chatted until midnight last night. I guess you won't be able to get up in the morning, so I didn't bother you and came over first. Take a taxi and come over here. Good. Lin Wanner replied with one word, then immediately got up to wash up and put on makeup. TSK, college beauty, it's not even 9 o'clock yet, why are you getting up to fall in love? Lin Wanner's roommate was woken up and muttered, so diligent. Lu Jiuzhang bought a new house. I'm going to take a look. Lin Wanner said while cleaning up. Yesterday, he was going to invite me, but today I got up too late. TSK, the sour smell of love, the roommate joked, going to see someone else's house now is a plan to live in it in the future, right? Now that it's done, you'll be comfortable living by yourself in the future, right? Lin Wanner's face turned red with embarrassment. Damn girl, if you keep talking nonsense, see if I don't tear your mouth apart. Don't let anyone talk about it anymore. It's so arrogant. The roommate continued to get into bed and went to sleep comfortably. There are only a few free days left. Take advantage of this time to take more rest. After a while, you will go to work. From 9 to 6, you also work overtime. Isn't it exhausting? After cleaning up, it was almost 9:30 in the morning. Lin Wanner hurried out of the school gate, took a taxi according to the location sent by Lu Jiuzhang, and went straight to Nanchang Daijing. Lu Jiuzhang had already greeted the community security guard, so when Lin Wanner came, the security guard let him go. When Lin Wanner was about to get out of the car and go in, she was stopped by the security guard. Miss, you'd better go in by car. The security guard suggested, the area inside is very large. It will take at least an hour to walk in. It still takes an hour to walk to get there? Is the community so big? After hearing the advice to have a full meal, Lin Wanner did not doubt that he was there. She quickly turned around and got into the online car-hailing car and asked the driver to drive a little further inside. After the security guard let him go, the car slowly drove into the community. Along the way, there are basically luxury cars worth millions. It couldn't be more unusual for someone like Lin Wanner to take more than 100,000 online ride-hailing rides. On the Lakeside Road, a white Maserati came oncoming. Sitting in the driver's seat was an 18 or 19-year-old woman, who probably had just obtained her driver's license not long ago. When she saw the online hailing car, the woman was a little angry and drove directly to stop the online hailing car. The woman had tattoos on her arms, took off her sunglasses, opened the door and walked to the car hailing car, and knocked hard on the door. "Who let you in?" The online ride-hailing driver hurriedly replied, "Miss, I'm sending a customer in." "Who are we calling miss?" "Are you worthy?" the woman asked reluctantly. "Send a customer in? Which customer? Don't you know how to walk in? Are you worthy of an online car-hailing car in this high-end community?" Hearing this, Lin Wanner's expression changed. "Isn't the road only for cars? Is it true that only luxury cars can travel on this road, and online car-hailing cars are not worthy of it? You really don't deserve it." The flower-armed woman sneered, "You look pretty good. You came here to find a rich man, right? But what happens if you find a rich man? If you can't keep up with your temperament, you'll still be in vain." The security work of Nanchang Daijing is very strong. There are hundreds of security personnel on duty, riding in security vehicles and traveling through the community to protect the safety of the owners. The quarrel between the two quickly attracted the attention of the security guard. The security van stopped between the two cars. "You are here just in time, drive this online car-hailing car out of here." The flower-armed woman said coldly, "Let these online hailing cars come in. You are not afraid that the price of the community will drop? If someone takes a video of it and sends it out, I don't know how it will be laughed at by outsiders. In the top residential area of the ancient capital, how can online taxis come and go?" As soon as these words came out, the security guard was in trouble. In the community security regulations, it seems that there is no prohibition on the entry and exit of online taxis. But the girl with flowery arms in front of me, driving a Maserati, must be the owner without a doubt. The owners asked to drive out the online ride-hailing cars, but they couldn't do it even if they didn't obey the order. After all, the owners here are wealthy people from the ancient capital and have many connections. Just when the security guard was in trouble, Lin Wanner also got out of the car and stared coldly at the flower-armed girl. "I want to see who dares to kick me out today." The two women were in a stalemate. It was even more difficult for these security guards to report the news quickly. "Let's wait for the boss to handle it. If this kind of thing is not done well, it will be in vain. The boss will handle it. If there is any problem, the boss will take responsibility." "What? I can't control you with my words, can I?" The flower-armed girl was so angry that she directly dialed a number and acted coquettishly to the person on the other end of the phone. "Husband, I was bullied." Episode 27. Not familiar with you. A few minutes later, a middle-aged man with a big belly rushed over in a Porsche sports car. As soon as we got off the car, the pot-bellied middle-aged man pointed at the security guard and cursed, "What the hell, I pay so much property fees every year, so I support you, the poor people?" This pot-bellied middle-aged man was not easy to mess with at first glance, and several security guards lowered their heads. Fortunately, the property manager also rushed over. "Boss Wang, I'm sorry, but my subordinates don't understand the rules." The property manager smiled bitterly. "It is indeed against the rules for online taxis to enter this community. I will let them leave now." The manager wiped the sweat from his forehead. Boss Wang is engaged in engineering and has excellent relations with relevant departments. He didn't dare to offend easily. After saying this, the property manager looked at the security guards with a cold expression. "Who allowed the online car hailing service to enter our community?" "Manager, it was the doorman who let him in." "They said it was another owner who let him in." The security guard came over and lowered his voice. "It seems to be a new owner of a single-family villa. I heard from the sales department. People said that the single-family owner paid in full and settled on the same day." "What?" The property manager was stunned. He also heard about the owner who paid full price for a villa. He doesn't seem to be very old. To buy a house at such a young age, he must be the child of a big shot. Property managers immediately know how to measure. Ahem. The manager changed his face to a smile and said, "Boss Wang, this girl was also invited by the owner." "Oh?" The pot-bellied boss Wang looked at Lin Wanner. "You don't know if you don't look at him, but you feel uncomfortable when you look at him." The woman in front of her was so beautiful. In comparison, the flower-armed girl she kept was like a candle. How dare candlelight compete with the sun and moon? Since it was invited by the owner, let them come in. Isn't it just an online car hailing service? It's just a gift. While talking, Boss Wan looked at Lin Wanner with a leering look. Being stared at by this look, Lin Wanner felt a little nauseous. Just when Lin Wanner was about to speak, the flower-armed girl said first, "Husband, people are being bullied, and you still speak for others? It was fine just now, why did it suddenly change? Your elbow pointed towards an outsider?" The flower-armed girl was also puzzled. "What husband? Have you and I obtained our certificates?" Boss Wang scolded, "We are friends at most, but I am single. If you keep talking nonsense, I will sue you for defamation." "What?" The flower-armed girl looked incredulous. Attitudes change too quickly. "I understand, this old man probably fell in love with the woman in front of him, so he deliberately distanced himself from the relationship between the two." After finally getting close to the old man, the flower-armed girl was unwilling to give up easily. "Husband, what are you talking about? You called me sweetheart last night. I'm giving you shame? I said I'm not familiar with you, can't you hear me?" Boss Wang got angry and slapped the flower-armed girl on the face. "Get out of here!" Snapped. The sound of the slap was clear. The flower-armed girl covered her face and almost cried. She angrily prepared to get in the car and leave Nanchang Daijing. "This car belongs to me, do you want to drive it away? Get out of here!" Boss Wang scolded. Snort! The flower-armed girl snorted coldly and had no choice but to walk outside on two legs. She felt a little regretful, and she would not have spoken randomly if she had known better. Not long after he attached himself to Boss Wang, he was driven away. The flower-armed girl has given herself 2 ears, so she must not talk nonsense in the future. On the same spot, Lin Wanner finally understood. This flower-armed girl is the mistress of a rich man. I guess when I got close to Boss Wang in front of me, I mistakenly thought that I was the owner of this place. What to wear? Ahem. Miss, can you leave your contact information? Boss Wang asked with a smile. I have no other ideas. I just want to see if you have time, Mississippi. Can I ask you to have a meal? Sorry, I'm not free. After saying that, Lin Wanner got in the car and wanted to leave. Boss Wang stopped in front of the car and said, "Give me a chance. I'm a bit of a loser in the ancient capital. I know a lot of dignitaries. I guess you're not very old. There must be something unsatisfactory in your work and life. Don't worry, as long as you tell me, I will definitely help you. Money is a problem for other people, but it's never been a problem for me." Boss Wang said, 100,000 yuan, how about buying you and me a meal? Don't worry, it's just a meal, nothing else. I'm not interested in older men. Lin Wanner refused again. If you still block the road, I won't rule out that I will call the police. Hey, call the police? What else will you do besides calling the police? Tell me and I'll listen? Boss Wang asked with a smile. He also beats people. Suddenly, a magnetic voice sounded. Boss Wan looked back and saw a man walking over from a distance. The man was very young, about 20 years old. He walked slowly in front of everyone. Hit someone? Let me see how you beat him. Boss Wang provoked. Snapped. A slap hit Boss Wang on the face. That young man was Lu Jiuzhang. His words were neither humble nor arrogant, and he stared straight at Boss Wang. Lu Jiuzhang, you are here. Lin Wanner said in surprise. At this critical moment, Lu Jiuzhang seemed to fall from the sky. Lin Wanner was moved and hurriedly got out of the online car-hailing car and walked to Lu Jiuzhang's side. Don't worry, I will take care of it. After saying this, Lu Jiuzhang looked at the middle-aged man with a big belly and said coldly, it's amazing to have two bad guys? I'll slap you and give you 100,000, what do you think? The property manager who was watching the excitement understood, hey guys, this is a meeting between the two owners. Ahem, both owners are from our community, why get angry? The property manager smiled bitterly and tried to persuade them to make peace. Roll. Lu Jiuzhang and Boss Wang scolded the property manager in unison. Okay, you two can handle it yourself. The property manager quickly shut up. Those who can buy villas here are all big shots, with great hands and eyes. If gods are fighting, he, a small property manager, should not get involved. Boy, 100,000 yuan is not enough to slap me in the face, at least 10 million is needed. Boss Wang narrowed his eyes and threatened, how about 100,000 yuan to send a beggar away? Snapped. Lu Jiuzhang slapped him again, 10 million is just 10 million, I don't take this kind of money seriously. Boy, do you dare? Boss Wang was angry. He was just testing it out, but who knew the other party would slap him again? To him, this was a naked insult. What are you afraid of? Lu Jiuzhang said with a smile, giving you 2 slaps will help you remember. If you dare to cause trouble in the future, don't blame me for being rude. Lu Jiuzhang is the destined son of the system, why should he be afraid of a boss? What's more, he is the boss of such an ancient capital. Looking at Huaxia and Blue Star, such a boss is not ranked at all. Episode 28. Come back here. Good, very good. Boss Wang looked sinister, but had no intention of fighting back. He has been out drinking and having S*X all year round, and his body has long been drained by the wine and S*X. And Lu Jiuzhang is young and strong, so if he really wants to fight, he is certainly not his opponent. Rather than humiliating oneself, it is better to settle the score later. Let's go. Lu Jiuzhang took Lin Wanner's hand and walked towards where he lived. When Lu Jiuzhang walked away, Boss Wang took out his mobile phone and prepared to transfer someone. Boss Wang, please forgive me. The property manager came over and advised, it is better to do less than to do more. Oh, you want to die too? Boss Wang asked. Boss Wang is joking, how dare I? The property manager almost peed with fright, it's just that Mr. Lu is so young. If he can buy a house or a single-family villa here, he definitely can't afford it on his own. I doubt it. The descendant of a certain big boss. With this level of status, Boss Wang, you have to be careful. The property manager persuaded me earnestly. Having said that, Boss Wang really analyzed it calmly. The Mr. Lu who hit him just now showed no expression when facing him, as if he didn't take him to heart at all. There is a sense of superiority. Could it be that this kind of person, could it be? Boss Wang didn't dare to think about it. The other party might not be as simple as a rich second generation. It would be more appropriate to remove and add the word in front of it. Without the background of a feudal official, it is impossible to cultivate such an heir who is calm and unfazed in the face of danger. Why isn't he afraid? Because they don't take themselves seriously at all. Can you find out his origin? Boss Wang asked. If he could find out the origin of the other party, he would feel more at ease knowing himself and the enemy. Boss Wang is joking, if it's really like that, if someone changes his identity and it's just like playing tricks, how can we easily find out, the property manager said. Moreover, the forces behind him must be very thorough in protecting him. If we investigate, it will be very difficult, it's easy to be discovered by other people's elders. It's not this, it's not that, what? My loss this time has been in vain? Boss Wang was dissatisfied. After so many years in the shopping mall, this was the first time he was slapped in the face. It would be fine if some old antiques bullied him like this, but it happened to be a young man. Boss Wang felt resentful when such a young man whose hair had not yet fallen off stood on his head and pooped. What else can we do? The property manager waved his hand, if you want to blame it, blame your little girlfriend. The people who live in our community are all people with good status and background. You know this. Just come in when you come to the online car hailing service. Why is she running over and pointing? The property manager turned his attention to the flower-armed girl. She was the one who started the incident, and she should bear the final consequences. Without her, so many things wouldn't have happened. The two owners are quarreling, which is definitely not good for the property. It would be perfect to use the flower-armed girl as a scapegoat to resolve the conflict between the two owners. That's right, that woman is not a good girl. Boss Wang scolded him, it's no good for her to come in and have an online car hailing business. No, the more I think about it, the angrier I get. Boss Wang picked up his cell phone and called the flower-armed girl. The entrance of Nancheng Daijing community. The flower-armed girl finally came out. Her legs hurt from being so tired. She was originally with Boss Wang, and during this period she had been driving Boss Wang's Maserati. When she had nothing to do, she took a photo and posted it on her WeChat Moments, and a bunch of people there envied her and complimented her. But just how long had passed, Boss Wang was gone, and so was Maserati. Buzz. Just then, the flower-armed girl's cell phone rang. I picked it up and saw that it was Boss Wang calling. Could it be that Boss Wang regrets it? Want to redeem yourself? Also, since I am so young, it is not easy for me to serve an old man like her. But this time I can't go back so easily. I must not let go unless I buy myself a bag worth hundreds of thousands. Thinking of this, the flower-armed girl answered the phone. Hey, what are you doing with me? The flower-armed girl asked. Why are we looking for you? I'll beat you to death. Boss Wang on the other end of the phone scolded, I'll give you 3 minutes to get in front of me. After saying these words, Boss Wang hung up the phone. The flower-armed girl is in a mess. That's not right, shouldn't you be coaxing yourself? Why are you cursing as soon as the call is connected? She knew Boss Wang's background, and she didn't dare to refuse easily. But the other party only gave her 3 minutes. How could she get back in such a short time? Suddenly, an online car-hailing car appeared in front of the flower-armed girl. It's easy to get a ride-hailing service online, and it's much faster to get in by taking a taxi. Just as the flower-armed girl was about to wave, she suddenly remembered, isn't this the one she scolded just now? Oh, too. The driver of the online car-hailing car drove in front of the flower-armed girl. The driver opened the window and spat in front of the flower-armed girl. What are you pretending to be? You're just a mistress, and you're as awesome as you are. The online ride-hailing driver cursed. The online ride-hailing driver was still very angry when he thought about being looked down upon just now. This flower-armed girl has lost her power, so the online ride-hailing driver is not afraid of fair and square revenge. When the flower-armed girl was about to scold back, the online car-hailing driver quickly closed the window and drove away from the gate of the community quickly. Damn it, you're all here to bully me, right? The flower-armed girl was furious, but there was nothing she could do. The main thing now is how to get in and find Boss Wang. The other party only gave 3 minutes, so it would definitely be too late to walk in. The entrance of a single-family villa. This is it. Lu Jiuzhang said while looking at the villa in front of him. So big. Lin Wanner looked at the villa and said in shock. I will live here from now on. If you miss me, you can come here to find me. Lu Jiuzhang said with a smile. Bah, who would miss you? Lin Wanner said harshly. You are a soft person all over, but your mouth is hard. Lu Jiuzhang joked. You're the one who talks so hard. Lin Wanner entered the villa.